guys, today I am going to be doing the, I don't know the name of this book tag, just kidding, the Birthstone Book Tag. I saw this on Spines and Covers blog and it sounded pretty, and so I wanted to do it. And if I'm being completely honest, I drove 2 hours today to get a Conjuring of Light, and then I had to go to work directly after that, so really all that I want to be doing right now is reading a Conjuring of Light, but this was my only opportunity this week to film the video for this week, so hello! This may be long or short, I'm not really sure. Let's get started. So the first month is January, and that stone is garnet, and that's supposed to ward off evil energies. So what is the, worst, darkest, evilest, that's not a word, villain that you can think of? The main girl character from the reader? Does she even get a name? I don't know if she ever has a name. If she does have a name. Hannah, I think that was it. Anyways. I'm kind of kidding. I'm not kidding at all. So my slightly real, slightly second answer to this question has spoilers for A Court of Thorns and Roses and Mist of Fury, that whole series. So if you haven't read it yet, just don't watch this. I'll put a link somewhere here for a time to skip to. Tamlin. He's horrible. He's completely emotionally and physically and mentally abusive towards Feyre, and it's just the worst abusive relationship, and he's evil because you don't expect him to be evil from the first book, even though, side note, I did not like him in the first book. At all. I did not understand, they had the bite scene, and it was just very, possessive right off the bat, and I did not like Tamlin in the first book. You're not expecting him to be one of the villains, so when he does turn out to be one of the villains, you're like, oh my god, but that's what makes him the worst villain, because all of these other villains, you know that they're villains. You expect them to be villains, so yes, they're bad, but at least it's what you're expecting, whereas this just comes out of nowhere for most readers, and yeah, that's why he's evil. I hate him so much. So the next month is February, and that's Amethyst, which is a purple stone, and that is associated with royalty. So which book or characters do you associate with royalty? And for this one, I feel like I have to go with the Queen of the Chilling for a couple of reasons. One, the word queen is literally in the name of the book. The title, that's a thing. So, goodness. Second, it has a fancy spine. Third, it's just a fancy book in general. Does that not look like the spine of a book that you would see in a, castle library? It looks like a book that you would see in the castle library, and it's got, the cool, rough edges of, I'm an ancient book, and there's also a castle on both sides of the book. It's just a royal book in general. Third, we have March, Aquamarine, which, by the way, is a great movie and book. I digress. Washed out. Name a wishy-washy character or one that is not a good leader or just a follower in general. And for this one, I'm going with Killorn, whatever his name is, from Red Queen. He is the epitome of a nice guy. The friend zone whiner. You know the ones. So, yeah, that's who he is to me. He's not, wishy-washy. He's just annoying. Next, we have April, which is a diamond. And so for this question, it's a diamond in the rough, a book that you really love, but not very many people know about. And for this one, I'm going with The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovic. I love this series with every ounce of my being. It has taken over my life. The characters, my everything. And I feel like it's very well known online, but I don't really hear much about it on BookTube or just out in the regular everyday world. So I feel like, I don't know, it just should be more popular, and there should also be hardcover versions, and Nora Sakovic should also go on a signing tour. And I want more recognition for this series. So read it, please. It's incredible. Next we have May, and that's an emerald, and that is said to balance out energies. So which two characters do you think balance each other out? And for this one, I'm going with Winter and Scarlet from the Lunar Chronicles, but mainly Winter because Winter comes up, surprise, in Winter. I feel like their personalities just are different, but they're compatible, and so Scarlet's just not afraid to call Winter out on her crap, but then Winter is very snapback at Scarlet's sarcastic personality, and their dialogue and dynamic is just beautiful, and I love them. They're best friends, even if it's not completely canon, it's still canon. The next month is June, and that is a pearl, which is said to be loyal. I don't understand. Apparently a pearl is loyal. It represents loyalty. So which character is loyal to the end? And for this one, I'm going with Chaol from the Throne of Glass series. He is loyal to Dorian almost to a fault. He is so loyal to this boy. They are the bro TP of all bro TPs. And just, Chaol would do anything for Dorian. absolutely anything. Next we have July, which is a Ruby, so like blood red. What's a book that made you very, very mad? The Reader. I also have Room by I'm sorry. All of the negative answers I'm going with The Reader. Okay. Next we have, I'm also going with Room by Emma Donoghue. It's not the book itself that made me mad, it's the topic within the book and the fact that I overthink everything. So I don't know if this book was meant to bring up the issues of kidnapping and being kept basically as a slave, or just being put in these horrible situations. I don't know if the purpose of this book was to bring that topic up, but it did in my mind. And so the fact that this is, yes, a fictional story, but it's a real thing that happens. The fact that this is a real thing that happens. These are events that actually happen to people, and so many of us, or at least I feel, completely useless to help with people that go through these things, these horrible situations. Just, it made me mad at the people that do this. It made me mad that the fact that people have to go through this. It's just not something that anybody should ever have to deal with in their lifetime. And I got really mad reading it, because not at the book itself or the storyline even necessarily, but just the fact that despite the fact that it's fictional, it is real and it happens, and I have to stop talking about it now. Okay, so August is Peridot. It's Peridot. I feel like it may be Peridot, but we're gonna, you know, that gem. And it's apparently is known to pale in comparisons to the other gems, which is incorrect, because my mom's birthday is in August, and I've gotten her a bracelet with Peridot, and it's beautiful green. So if your birthday's in August, you have a wonderful gem. Don't you let them think any less of it. But anyways, the question for the book is name a supporting character that you like more than the main character. And this should come at no surprise when I say Manon Blackbeak from the Throne of Glass series. I love her. I'm not too happy with what's going on in Empire of Storms with her. It's, you know, as of right now, it's kind of okay, but I'm worried for her character and how in character she's gonna be. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. So Manon Blackbeak from the Throne of Glass series is one of my favorite female characters of all time. I love Selena, don't get me wrong. I just love Manon more. Oopsies. Go back to 2012 when it would have been okay for me to say sorry, not sorry, and not feel like a doofus. I just said doofus. That should make me feel like a doofus. September, Sapphire, which is a calming gem. Name a book that gave you a calming feeling. No book that I read is a calm book. Every book that I read is like very fast-paced, and yeah. It's fantasy and it's action-packed and I love it. But I can sometimes find calm in the story, in the book, or if I just get very attached to a book, that book itself will be calming even if the book itself is not. Example, The Book Thief. Not a calm book at all. Not a calm topic. It's a calming book for me to have just like in my general vicinity because of how much I love it. I'm really off topic this entire video. I'm going with The Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab because these characters in this storyline in this world is just so unique and lovable. So just having this book near me is calming. So October is Opal, and that is iridescent, so you're supposed to name a book that has like a shiny cover or a character that is like shiny and eccentric and all of those. But for this one, I am going with Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I would go with Illuminae, but I don't actually have the book with me. But you know, either one of these are a good answer. I just tend to like blue more than orange. So pretend like that's not there. But anyways, yeah, I just feel like this is a really pretty cover, and because of the material that the sleeve is made out of, it does shine a bit. You're probably seeing it right now. I don't know. So November is Topaz, which is associated with resilience. So name a character that kind of rises to the top from adversity and just gets through a really tough time. And for this one, I'm going with Ruby from the Darkest Minds trilogy. Like, Ruby just has an extreme character development in between the Darkest Minds and in the Afterlight. Not that her personality changes necessarily, and even her resilience doesn't change, just the fact that she shows her resilience more changes. Does that make any sense? Like, you can be resilient to something but kind of keep it to yourself, but it's when you start helping others be resilient also because of how open you are about your resilience. Does that make sense? I just said resilience like 5 times. And lastly, super predictable, we have December, and that is Blue Urcon. So this gem is associated with friendship, so name a friendship that you would love to be a part of. nearly every book, but I came up with two main ones that I couldn't decide between, and that is the Dregs from Six of Crows and the Foxes from the Foxhole Court. I would give so much to be in either one of these friend groups. Every day of my life, I think about these friendships and these groups of people, and I love them with every ounce of my being, so I would really love to be in either one of these friendships. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is, wherever you are, and thank you for watching. That's my collective book haul. Just kidding, that's not the last book. I was just editing the video and realized I had forgotten 5 of the most important books in this entire haul. Off deep, like, dark and September.